Okay? So, are you addicted to drama? I love what he says here. It's big because you're born, and it's big because you die, and all the rest of the stuff in between is small stuff. That's what he says here. And the common mistake that we deal with is we get caught up in other people's drama. Even if you're not a drama queen, is your mother, is your daughter, are other people in your life addicted to drama? How is our relationship with them? How do we handle that? And I often have said to people, what am I supposed to do? Not care? Am I supposed to turn into a Stepford wife who goes, that's nice, whatever you think. I'm very happy for you. I thought you were my friend. What are we supposed to do? So I always had a very difficult time. And also, there's many of us here who are adult children of alcoholics or adult children from child abuse or many, many things. And there was always drama growing up. If you're Irish, Italian, Polish, whatever you are, there's their own intrinsic drama. So, if you are, it's all determined by your reaction to it. My biggest thing is, I think things are going to turn out one way. I'm fully expecting it to go this way. Then when it doesn't, I'm surprised. I'm like, what? It didn't turn out that way? How is it possible? And one of these days, I'm going to grow up and realize that things aren't going to turn out the way that I've preconceived it to be. You know, when you're planning to do something like we planned to go to the beach and then I got a job and I couldn't go, I had no drama about it. I was like, well, we can't go. I was proud of myself. Be proud of yourself when you, I didn't lay in bed going, oh, we can't go. I just dealt with it.
I did.
Bob did. Bob laid in bed. Oh, yeah, we can't go. All right, and they gave you a couple things. You're expecting a bonus and you get a fruit basket, or your spouse plans a date night and the babysitter cancels. You know, it's interesting because part of the drama, too, makes me realize that we have choices in life. Choices how to react, choices how to live. And I just read the book The Giver by Lois Lowry because Vincent read it. And he kept saying, you got to read that book, you got to read that book. And of course I found it where? At a garage sale for 50 cents. So I read it in one sitting, and the whole book's about there's no choice. You just live, there's no choices, and it talks about how drab, how meaningless it is. I wish I would have read it at 12 or 13. I would have had a different perspective than at reading it at, 56? But it was interesting because I feel that the same choice that we have to overreact, we can choose to go, oh, really, that's interesting, wow. And, you know, one of the things that I've finally learned in my 50s is to have a delayed reaction. Because I used to be knee-jerk, boom, boom, oh, that happened, here's my reaction. Now I'll go, let me think about that, or let me see what I can do about that. But I don't always want to have an immediate reaction to it. Talk it out, put it to rest. Also, I find that if I do talk it out, it diffuses it. Do you ever talk to your mother, your best friend, or whatever? You go, guess what happened? Unless they're the drama queen. Don't discuss it with them, because then they'll freak out. But life has bumps, and we have to see it as a momentary hiccup. I'm not talking about the huge things like losing people or major illnesses. I'm talking about the little things in life. The things where we were going to go to a party, but then the car died or whatever. How do we react to those things? It's almost like, do we get some sort of pleasure from that whole adrenaline rush? Or if someone wrongly accuses you of something, do you spend the whole day going, I can't believe that person would say that, that's so untrue, and I try so hard, and I work so hard, and instead of just going, wow, I don't know what's going on with them, but I know that's not true, and I'm just going to put it over there right now. It's something that I'm working on every day of my life because I find that the drama is almost sinful in a way. Because sometimes when you have the drama, you end up swearing, you blankety blank blank, and this, that. And if you can just stay calm, you can be more prayerful. And then that'll pass, and it'll be the crisis du jour for the next week. And this person says here, can we give up drama for 30 days? And you might be sitting there going, I don't have any drama in my life. There's no drama at all. I have no dramatic people. I have none of these issues. Well, wait till we get to next week when we talk about being addicted to worry or addicted to the past, and maybe that'll be something that you have a little bit more of addiction to. And the next article talks about being on a healing journey. And that's the way I look at Pray It Off, as a healing journey, not just for the weight, but for those reasons that we overeat. You know, for example, talking about drama. I'm driving Vince to basketball camp on Monday. I'm coming down Seneca Turnpike. It's at OCC. It's 45 miles an hour. Now, I have zero road rage. I never have. Someone can cut me off. Someone can do this. I'm like, whoa, what's that about? It's another one of my good things, no road rage. Well, I'm, driving and talking and going 45 exactly. And I look and there's this car almost on top of me, right on my bumper. And it's an older woman. And I say older, meaning she's older than 56. Let me just put it in there. Anybody who's older than 56 is, older. And she's going like this. I'm thinking, she's talking to me? And then she starts pointing to the speed limit. And I'm going 45, so I'm thinking, what does that mean? I should go 55? Because the sign says, she keeps pointing to the 45, and then she's like, and so then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, and then I'm thinking, well, I have to take a left any second to go into OCC, otherwise I would have pulled over to the side of the road and let her pass. So as I go, it's one lane, and then you turn left into OCC. She goes by, she starts tooting the horn and giving me all kinds of symbology out the window. And I'm thinking, it's 7:30 in the morning. And then I'm thinking, why? Why have that kind of rage at some poor schlepper taking her son to basketball camp? Then I'm thinking, well, maybe she was bleeding from a head wound and wanted to get to Community General Hospital. I'm trying to give her the benefit. Yes, Sherry. She was a nurse there. Why did she come in and say, this woman was going 45? I was trying to get to work. But there's too much drama. Who's been reading the paper? Onondaga Parkway, you cut me off, I'm passing you. People are dead. There's drama that'll kill you.
My sister had just passed by that very spot, I think maybe 3 minutes before it happened.
Yeah, and it's just too much. I can see if you have a bleeding head wound, yeah, have some drama. But, if you're going to be late from work, get up earlier. There's no reason to have road rage. And on the healing journey, we need to choose happiness. And it's not always easy. Sometimes I'm sitting at work and all of a sudden a really bad thought will come into my head. What about what happened in 1969? And I'm thinking, where'd that come from? Why am I bringing that up? It just like darts in your head. Nothing reminded me, all of a sudden, boom. And then I'm thinking, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Every time one of these bad thoughts, or I think I'm going to have some drama, I go, Hail Mary, full of grace, because we have a choice how to react to these things. Also, it's like any addiction, to gambling, to even food. There's a payoff. Food tastes good. When you're sitting there eating the bag of chips, that's salty, that's good, yeah. Those ribs with the sauce, they're good. There's a payoff. There's a payoff to the drama, too. Your heart starts beating. You start getting all excited. Some people, the only exercise they get is their addiction to drama. They're like all fired up about something, and it's like, why? I have to say that when I don't feel good, when I am hormonal in different ways than perhaps some of you younger girls, when I'm tired, that's when the drama really comes out. And isn't that when we want to eat too? When we're tired, when we're sick, when we feel hormonal. There's so many cross things. And then you get into the drama can be a pity party too. Poor me. One of my favorite lines is, I try so hard, I work so hard. I could have that tattooed. She tries so hard, she works so hard. I've said it my whole life, I try so hard. I mean, I'm the queen of my own pity party. Does anyone know how hard I try? I could go, and you know, the only saving grace that I have is I get tired of my own self. I try to go for a walk to get away from myself, and there I am. I'm like, there she is, you know. I get so sick of my own whining and complaining and, oh, poor me. No, not poor me. We can choose peace over conflict, and I'm finding it too being a parent of older children. You know, when you're a parent of younger children, you're like, this is what you're gonna do. If I tell you to be home by 11, I don't mean 11:05, 11:04, 11:03, I mean 11. They have to do that. All of a sudden they're growing up and you're saying, well, what I really think you should do is X, Y, and Z. And they're like, really? Because I'm not going to do that. Even though you know X, Y, and Z is the most perfect thing in the world for them to be doing, they're not going to do that. So it's been very hard for me. It's something that I work on and pray on. It's called, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good. It's called being a little bit Stepfordy, but it makes the peace. You know, if they're running out in front of a car, I will throw my body in front of them. But anything else, keep your mouth shut. It's something very, very difficult for me to learn. Okay, Bob. But I